Hello and welcome to this quick update video just showing you a change that's been made to one of the reports in the EWC Interrogator suite. I'm on the Footprint Services website here, footprintservices.co. I go to Interactive EWC, and the Origin Fate Analysis dashboard, which allows you to explore and interpret the geographical origin and fate of waste streams that enter or leave permitted waste sites. So if I go into that, what we've got here then is we've got clearly a variety of filters here. I've got my heat maps. This is as it was before. I just want to show today particularly, rather than explaining the full thing, I want to just show you these Sankey diagrams here, which are a new addition to the Zoho suite of options. They've just recently been added. So Sankeys give a good way of visualizing data, which is what the EWC Interrogator is all about anyway. And you can use them for corporate presentations and whatever. So how might we use this? So to dive in, if I pick a particular company, if I was to say A.E. Burgess, so if I put in Burgess here, so we've got A.E. Burgess in Leicestershire, and if I just scroll up away from the Sankeys for the moment, I've got on the left hand half here, I've got the incoming material to the site, and on the right hand half I've got the stuff going out from the site over the weighbridge. So stuff coming in over the weighbridge, top 10 EWC codes, and the stuff going out over the weighbridge, top 10 EWC codes. Now I've got this information here split by, the bars are split by the recorded fate, etc. But it can be a bit busy and it's not necessarily very easy to interpret what you're seeing there. So the Sankey diagrams make that a lot clearer for interpretation. So for this company here, Burgess, let's just have a quick look at the kind of thing. So we can see here they're bringing in mixed construction demolition waste, mixed municipal waste, metals, concrete, bricks, tiles. So you can get you can have some interpretation as to the nature of the company, the type of material they're bringing in, and what they might be doing with it. Because the stuff going out, then we've got minerals, for example, sand or stones, and we've got other wastes, 1912-12. Mechanical treatment fines and things like that is a generic, 1912-12 being a bit of a generic code. But we've got ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals. So material streams are being pulled out from the incoming flow, and we can see that where they're going there. On the Sankeys, there wasn't room to put the full descriptors, but these top 10 codes on the Sankeys are the same as the top 10 codes here. The top 10 is the top 10. So 1912-09 is what you've got there, etc. So if you're not genned up on what these codes are, you just scroll up and have a look at the descriptors further up. On these Sankeys, I've got 3 levels of information. We've got at regional level, at sub-regional level, and at district level, based on what these companies have put in their returns. Now, sometimes they don't really drill it down to the lower level. They put the same information at all 3 levels. But I can see here for this company, for Burgess, so the stuff coming in, again, the left-hand half is the incoming material. For the stuff coming in, it's coming in from the East Midlands at the regional level. Then I can see that is actually Leicestershire. At the district level, it's still saying Leicestershire. It's not broken down by any further detail for this company. On the outgoing side of things, though, regional level mostly going to the East Midlands, and then second I would say Yorkshire and Humber there. If I look down here at the sub-regional level, so instead of saying East Midlands, it's now saying Leicestershire, and we've got South Yorkshire and former Humberside and things. And then if I look down here further, and I can double click on my green bar here. So again, This is the same information for the outgoing stuff, for the outgoing material, but I can see at the lowest level they've recorded their material going to, let's say this code here, 1912-12, there's 8,500 tonnes going to Doncaster. We've got for Rotherham here and 1912-02, we've got 11,500 tonnes going to Rotherham. So it can break it down to a lower level of detail, not always in every instance for every company, but that's the idea. You've got your 3 tiers of Sankey diagrams there that show you those. And as I say, if you were looking at, if you worked for Burgess or whatever company you work for, these are perhaps quite useful for corporate presentations and images for the website or whatever it may be. As well as a particular company though, you can choose a material stream. So if I do a reset, now the first thing to notice is having done a full reset on my filters, my Sankey diagrams have disappeared, apart from the top level here. And the reason they've disappeared and been replaced by these rather uninspiring scatter graphs is because if there's too many lines, if Zoho is just saying, oh, I can't do a Sankey diagram of that, I can't do a Sankey diagram showing everything for everyone, and so it just replaces it with a Sankey, with a scatter graph rather. But when you change your filters and it can do a Sankey representation, it does do. If I want to see glass, for instance, flows relating to glass, so I'm not at this moment then interested in a particular company, I'm interested in a particular material stream. So if I say EWC group, non-metallic waste, and then the subgroup, because I've chosen non-metallic waste, my subgroups here are all to do with non-metallic waste, and so I untick all and choose glass. So I can see on these lower charts, it's just about managed to do some kind of Sankey diagram on many of them. It's given up on that one there. But again, that's not a problem because I just then find, okay, so that lower level, that's not really all that helpful at the moment. But at this top level here, this regional level, this is a good chart. And I can see here that for the material that leaves permitted waste site going out over the weighbridge of permitted waste sites, where does it end up? So we've got an awful lot of 1912-05, and if I wanted the fuller description of that, remember I could just have a look up here. 1912-05 is simply glass from the waste sector. But I can see here there's a disproportionate amount that's ending up going to Yorkshire and Humber. So Yorkshire and Humber, 622,000 tonnes is clearly a kind of significant destination of post-waste stream glass, post-waste sector glass for recovery, and indeed it is. So I could say, all right, I know it's going to Yorkshire and Humber, but I would like to see some more detail as to whereabouts in Yorkshire and Humber it's going. But as I look down here, I can see South Yorkshire there, but I can't begin to kind of discern really too much because it's so busy. So what I can do here is say, okay, in my origin fate region, if I put Yorkshire and Humber in there, so it's origin and fate. In this context, in the right-hand half, it's the fate bit that really is significant. The 622,000 tonnes didn't all necessarily originate from Yorkshire and Humber, but it is ending up from the waste sector going to Yorkshire and Humber. So that's my 622,000 tonnes that I had before. And as I scroll down now, my lower charts are significantly clearer than they were a moment ago. And I can see we've got South Yorkshire and West Yorkshire in the sub-regional level. And as I scroll down some more at the district level, and again if I expand that, So I've now got good clarity for glass waste coming into Yorkshire and Humber, or that ends up in Yorkshire and Humber, having gone through the waste system through MRFs and various facilities of different kinds. It's ending up in Yorkshire and Humber, and it's ending up in these places here. We've still got some fairly generic things like South Yorkshire there and Yorkshire and Humber, so some sites have not given the lowest level of detail that they can, but nonetheless you can still discern where the major flows are going. So you can use this report then with these Sankeys. You can use it for an individual operator, you can use it for an individual EWC code, you can use it for general flows of materials, and these are quite neat, interactive, responsive charts that have a wide variety of uses and are very good for interpretation. I hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions about any of this or any other report in the EWC Interrogator suite, then by all means give me a shout. But for the moment, thank you for watching and see you again soon. Bye now.